Hey everyone, welcome to Ielts with Dan, and today we will learn 10 words and phrases that will improve your vocabulary and help you get a higher score on academic exams like Ielts. And let's get started. Now the first phrase today is tend to. Tend to we use when we want to say that something happens usually or often or most of the time. So children tend to ask a lot of questions. They often ask a lot of questions. People who exercise regularly tend to have more energy. So they usually have more energy. Teenagers tend to spend a lot of time on social media. They often spend a lot of time. They tend to spend a lot of time. After this phrase, we use a verb. So tend to ask, tend to exercise, tend to spend. Struggle to is another great phrase which is followed by a verb. Struggle to do something. So that means that something is not easy, something is hard. And I really struggled to write my dissertation. I really struggled to do that. So it was difficult for me. Some people struggle to save money. Some people find it difficult. It's not easy for them to save money. People with obesity may struggle to follow a diet. They may struggle to follow a diet. It may be difficult for them to follow a diet. Next up, we have on a regular, daily, weekly, monthly, annual basis. And we use this to avoid saying every day, regularly, every month, every year. And there is nothing wrong with these phrases. They're absolutely fine. We just want to sound a bit more academic, perhaps. That's why we are using this. So she exercises on a daily basis to maintain her fitness. On a daily basis. So that means every day. The magazine is published on a weekly basis. Every week. Rent is paid on a monthly basis by all tenants. People who live in this apartment, every month they have to pay the rent. And the organization holds a conference on an annual basis every year. The next phrase is to be on good terms with someone, which means that you have a good relationship with another person. For example, it's important to be on good terms with your neighbors. You want to have a good relationship with your neighbors to maintain a peaceful community. Even after the divorce, Jake managed to stay on good terms with his ex-wife, for the sake of their children. So he managed to stay on good terms with his ex-wife. He managed to save this good relationship. Next one is actually a verb, and a lot of students know a lack of something. They know this phrase, a lack of something. So when you don't have enough of something. But we can also use the verb form of this noun, to lack something. And after we say to lack, if we use it as a verb, we don't use of anymore. So we do not say to lack of something. This is wrong. And it should be to lack something, which means the same thing, not to have enough of something. So he's a talented musician, but he lacks the confidence to perform on stage. He doesn't have enough confidence. The project failed because it lacked proper planning and organization. It didn't have enough of it. Many rural areas still lack access to clean drinking water. Next up, prior to. Sounds great, sounds very academic. Prior to means before, so you can use it instead of before. When we say before and prior to, we follow it with a noun, right? So we say prior to something, prior to a noun, or if you want to use some kind of action, you change the verb into a gerund. So you add verb ing, right? You add ing to a verb. The ing ending, so it becomes a gerund. For example, prior to joining the company, she worked as a freelance designer. Before joining the company, prior to joining the company. Prior to his promotion, he worked in the marketing department. Prior to his promotion. Prior to making a decision, we need to analyze all the data. So, prior to his promotion, a noun, promotion. Prior to making a decision, a gerund. A number of is a great way to avoid saying several. Several is a fine phrase, nothing wrong with it. A number of just sounds a bit smarter. Now, a number of students were late for class due to traffic. There are a number of reasons why the project was delayed. So there are several reasons. Several students. A number of complaints have been received about the new policy. Several complaints have been received. A number of. To enjoy yourself means to have fun, to have a good time. So it's important to take time off and enjoy yourself after a busy week. To have a good time. I hope you get a chance to enjoy yourself at the party tonight. So to have a good time, to have some fun. I'm planning to enjoy myself at the concert this weekend. So I'm planning to enjoy myself. She's planning to enjoy herself. They are enjoying themselves. So the pronoun has to change, right? Depending on the person we are talking about. Now, next we have it is wise to do something, or the opposite, it is unwise to do something. And these two phrases sound very serious, very academic, very formal, and they mean that it is a good idea to do something, or perhaps it's a bad idea to do something. You think it makes a lot of sense, or in case of unwise, it means that it's not really smart to do it. You should avoid doing this. So it is wise to plan your day in advance to stay organized. It is wise to do that. It makes a lot of sense. It's the right thing to do. It is wise to maintain a healthy work-life balance to avoid burnout. It is wise to invest in your health by exercising regularly, right? So perhaps we could say it is unwise to eat a lot of junk food if you are trying to lose weight. And the final phrase today is somebody is opposed to something. Opposed to something. To be opposed to something. So a lot of students, they mispronounce it and they say oppose it. It's not correct. It should be opposed to. So that means against. Another way of saying against. Many people are opposed to abortion. They're opposed to abortion. They are against abortion. He's opposed to using animals for scientific experiments. He is opposed to using animals. He is opposed to something. Again, it's either a noun or a gerund. Opposed to something, opposed to abortion, for example, opposed to verb ing, using. I'm opposed to the idea of working on weekends. I'm opposed to the idea. Right. And that's it for today. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please click the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more IELTS tips. See you next time. Bye.